Hey, today I want to introduce to you a very powerful technique called EFT, which is short for Emotional Freedom Technique, or the layman's term is tapping. It is something that I have actually used many times in my life. It's just a tool to help to guide your body to a state of relaxation, for the intention of healing whatever situation that it is that you're dealing with. This can be a relationship. You can be a relationship with a person, a relationship with money, a relationship with your job, a relationship with yourself, your body. It is endless. There is nothing too big or too small to use tapping for, because it just means that you are releasing the emotions that are held in your body regarding a certain topic. This is not my technique. I did not come up with it. This is a technique that has been gaining traction over the last probably decade. There are more and more studies about tapping and about EFT that are proving the benefits of healing and stress relief to just bring changes into your life. So just very brief, this is going to be a very brief basic tutorial to teach you what the points are, how to do it, and then you can adapt it to whatever it is, the situation that you're going through in your life. And I'm just a real person doing real things that have helped me in real life. So I have used this to actually manifest different opportunities, use this to help me with things like in my work, to help me with sugar cravings and sometimes just understanding that. So it's our body issues, even having so many different ideas in our lives. The first thing that you want to do is choose your most pressing issue. This is very important. We may have little nibbling, gnawing things in our day right now, but there might be something, there's probably definitely something that is the most pressing issue, that it doesn't really matter what those little itty bitty mosquito bite thingies are. We have this tiger that's running after you, and it's pretty important that we address this tiger that is chasing you. So let's address the tiger. So whatever that is, just acknowledge what that is. Once you acknowledge what that is, you're going to choose a number from 1 to 10. Sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 55. The scale is 1, everything's fine, peachy and sunny and rosy and dandy, and 10 or a million is the entire world is on fire. I'm gonna jump out the window to save myself and only myself. These are really serious. Your feelings are your feelings, and not addressing your feelings can be very detrimental. So just by putting those into numbers, feel this now. If you have a notebook that you journal in, or that you keep track of your mental state, your health, or even an app on your phone, write that down, that this is my number right now. This is the situation that I'm dealing with. This is the number that I'm feeling. Because actually, after doing 1 or 2 rounds, you might be really surprised with the number that you end up with. So after you've chosen your number, there are about 8 different points that we go through. The most important that we go through is called the karate chop point. It is, as you can see, right here. If you're listening to this, it is the bone on the side of your palm right before your pinky. So you're just going to, you can use either side, and you're just going to use 3 fingers on the opposite hand to press onto the hand of your choice. This is very awkward for me because I'm right-handed and I'm using my left. So sometimes this isn't for me. So I just switch. I use my right hand on my left, but you can use whichever, either or. You can even go like this if you don't want to touch your fingers for whatever reason. You can tap them together. You can karate chop at the same time. It doesn't matter if you do one side or the other. The point is that you do this. And there's a very important statement that goes with this point. The statement goes, even though blank, whatever it is that you are feeling. And then there's a few ways to end this statement. So let's, for example, say even though I had an argument with my partner, I choose to love and accept myself and how I feel. Sometimes these are really, really good things to have. Or even though I messed up royally at work today, oh my God, I choose to love myself and I accept how I feel. Or even though I'm scared of losing someone who's very important to me, I choose to accept how I feel right now. So any of these statements, any of the situations, whatever it is, again, that is your big tiger that's running after you, is where you would fit it into the blank, and the end of the statement is something of acknowledgement to the way that you are feeling. So it could be self-love, it could be self-acceptance, it can be acceptance of your feelings, it can be I'll be okay. It can be any version of these things, right? So even though blank, I'll be okay. Da, 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 da. 3 times. Make sure it's 3 times, because things might change as you're going through it. And you might already start to feel better by tapping on these points anyway, on this one point and saying the statement. And that might be enough to get you through traffic or get you off the subway and get you on your way. After doing this statement on the karate chop point, you're gonna go take your peace fingers, find the insides of your eyebrows. You can actually do this with 2 fingers, or you can do this with 1. I'm gonna do this on 1 hand. And this is the eyebrow point. So this is the first point that you would do after the karate chop point. Then we go trace the side of the eyes to where the eyelids actually meet, but it's on the bone on the side of the eye. It's not really the squishy part, it's the bone on the side of the eye. The side of the eye. And under the pupil, you can do this on one side, you can do this on both sides. So you can do here, 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 here. Any of the points here. Both are one-sided. There's no wrong way of doing this, but I like to stick to this progression. And underneath the nose, here's your nose, under it, under there. So I do 2 fingers like a bunny. And then under the lips. Good. Okay, after that, you find the collarbones, these 2 round bones at your collar, where you put your bow tie. So find the bow tie bones, go out to the side. You're gonna go out to the side 1 inch and down 1 inch. And you can either take all 10 digits, and tap away. You can do one side, other side, or you can just pat your hand across your chest. The top of the chest is the top of the breastbone. It's really, really close to the collarbone, but it's not choking you. It's down here. All right. Same hand under the armpit. One hand with down. This is the underarm point, or the ribs, or the chest, side of the chest. Right. You can do both sides, or opposite sides. You can do both sides at once. It's kind of like a self-hug. All of this is acceptable. And the last one is the crown of the head. Right, so you can do both hands, you can do one hand, you can do the palm of your hand, and just soft hands here. And that's it. Those are all of your points. Even by tapping on all those points right now, you should feel a little bit of relief. The actual strategy with this now, you've had your karate chop statement. You're saying, even though I got that work, even though all this crap is happening, I use real language when I go through this, and I will allow myself to really swear, to really feel it, because sometimes that beep works. Okay, so peace. So as you're going through these things, through these points, you're going to start to speak out all the painful things that you're experiencing, right? Sometimes it's actually bodily pain, right? I have a pain in my eyes. Oh, I have a pain in my eyes. My eyes are really hurting, right? Right, so you go and you describe all of the different feelings that come up when you think about your eyes, or whatever it is that your tiger is creating, right? There's a tiger chasing me. This is me running away from my tiger. It is a metaphorical tiger, and it's making me laugh right now. But that's it. That's basically it. So go through, and you actually have to speak out all of the hard things. You need to let go of the hard things, because only letting in good things is going to be phony. It's not going to work for you. It's not going to work. It's going to be phony. Everything's peachy. All this money is coming to me right now. I'm attracting all the abundance in the universe. I can buy anything I want. How fake does that sound? It doesn't work. You need to get through all of the painful stuff first. So let it out. I need you to let it out. You need to let it out. So let out all of the crappy emotions. So that basically, let me stop tapping. I'll just walk you through this. Let out all of your crappy emotions. Take all the time that you need with this. Get everything out. Cry, journal, sobs, snot all over the place. This is really good stuff because it needs to get out of you. Important stuff to get out. You don't have to go to all the way in your childhood. The first time I ever felt this feeling. You don't have to do that. What's important is starting here with what's here, with right now. That is the most important part. Then after you've done a couple rounds of that, or however many rounds you need, take a deep breath in, let it out, and see where you're at. Maybe you're not at 1,000,000 anymore. Maybe you're at 1,000, and that's a good change. That's a big difference. See where you're at now. Maybe you went from a 10 or an 11 to a 5. 5 is a change. 5 is very, very workable. So work with that 5. All right, so now we're at 5. And then what you can do from here is to restart your statement. It sounds like it takes a lot of time, because it does. It took you a long time to create the situation that you're in. And sometimes, it's a lighter situation and you can just go to feeling better, right? So what I like to say on the second round of statements, when you've gotten out of all of that crap, you can do it again and again and again. You can do this reset statement anytime that you need. And it always starts with even though blank. So now we can say even though nothing has changed from the past until now, I feel a little bit better. I like this statement because it's showing you that things are changing even without anything actually having to physically change, because things in your body are physically changing. It's amazing. And this is where we bring a little bit of hope in and start to bring in hopeful ideas, start to bring in things that you would do with the new feeling that you want to feel, start to bring in new possibilities, start to bring in how you would feel after everything is achieved. But start to work towards the light. Start to say, even though you're going through the points, and saying, even though nothing has changed at this point, I know that better stuff is coming. And just keep going and going, and start to give yourself get to a point where you feel ready in yourself to just say, I think that's enough. Feel where you're at. 1, 10, where you know. I hope that this has been really, really helpful. This has been something that I have actually used many, many times in my life. Oddly enough, it's never at the time that you really need it. You only remember it after, coming down. Maybe this is something for someone that that would be really helpful to have and to use. This is just a tool. There are so many tools out there. If there's any way that I can help you with this tool, please, please kindly reach out to me. And I would love to find ways to help you on this journey. Okay. This has been a lot of love, and I hope that you feel this and that it's been a service to you. And please let me know how this helps you. All right. All the love in the world. Peace.